Hey, it's Samantha, and today, it's 8:51, and I'm just waiting to go into work. So I figured, since I'm waiting to go into work, why not give y'all a little story time about how bad my day was yesterday? So it all started with a little migraine. Well, actually, it wasn't a little migraine. I've had a migraine since it's gone. Yesterday it went away, but it was 3 days in a row that I've had a migraine then. Um, and I did my makeup today. Just my eye makeup, because I don't really do like all that foundation stuff. Yeah, anyway. So started off with migraine. So I take some medicine and I go in to work, and I was in the dog building. And so since I was in the dog building, I put these little earplugs in so that it would mute out the sound of the dogs barking. I could still hear, obviously, everyone can still hear when I'm having them things in, but it did help. And so that was number one, waking up with a migraine. Number two, so I start and I go into the back room, the holding area where our aggressive dogs are, or our dog aggressive dogs, or some dogs that just go back there if we need places for them, if we don't have spots on the floor for them. So I'll go back there, and never had a problem with any of these dogs until yesterday. There was one named Speckles. He's a Australian cattle dog, and he came into us because he nipped a teenager on the hand, I believe. But if y'all don't know, that's what cattle dogs do. That's what they're like trained to do, and that's what they're bred to do, really. So it's just instincts. Like, it's what they're supposed to do. So that's how we got him. So that's the backstory. Well, he comes in and we all just blow it off because he nipped a kid or a teenager. That's, like I said, what herders do. So we blew it off, and he hasn't showed any kind of aggression to us at all. So I let him out in the backyard to use the bathroom, and while he's back there playing around, cleaning up his kennel, and it's time to bring him back in. At this time, I did not have anyone there with me to see what happened and how it happened. So I was by myself. And I was bringing him. Keep in mind, he's never showed aggression to us before. He's nipped me. I have 2 bruises on my arm. I'll show y'all a close up later of where he got me on Tuesday, and it's now Saturday, but this happened yesterday on Friday. He nipped me, but once again, a herder dog. That's what they do. And I gave him a bath that day, and we were cuddling, like he was snuggling on me, and I was just loving him, and it was fine. That was Tuesday, and I don't know if it was a trigger or what happened, but I was bringing him back in, and he has a harness on. So when you hold the harness, you can hold it like this, or you can hold it with like the forearm up, I think, like this, like walking with him like this. That's what I was doing, but I was doing it with this hand. I was walking him in, and I don't know if it was another dog who had set him off, or if it was because he just didn't like me holding onto his harness. This dog, he does not like being constrained. I don't know. Anyway, he doesn't know how to walk on a leash. He does not like collars. He didn't like the harness. He won't walk on the harness unless you like drag him a little bit, and then he'll walk, and then he'll stop, and then he'll walk some more, and then he'll stop. And so I constrained. Is that the word? So I'm walking with him on the harness, and he was nipping at my legs, which is okay because he wasn't doing it hard. Like, no, it's not okay that he was still biting, but it was, I guess, okay because he wasn't doing it hard and he knew his limits. Well, I kept walking him in, and he then, I think it might have been another dog who set him off, or he just really did not like me telling him where to go. But he had jumped up to look at another dog, and I don't know if he looked at this dog, like trying to be aggressive to the other dog, or if he just jumped up to say hi. But I yanked him back down, not like yanked, like I just like pushed him down, and I was like, no, don't do that. Talking about jumping up. And as soon as I said, no, don't do that, he got mad. He got so mad. He turned around, latched onto my arm in 3 different places, and then so he latched onto 3 different places right here, and I went like this, and I was like rubbing his head, and I was like, no, stop, and like don't do that, and like try to push his head away. And when I pushed his head away, he came around and he got me right here. You can't really see it. I'll do a close up, like I said. And then I was able to put him back in his kennel, and I left him. I left him alone. He was fed, he was watered, he was used the bathroom, everything. He was okay. That's number 2. Number 3 is so moved on from that. I calmed down from getting like him attacking my freaking arms, and so I moved to the middle room, which is where all the kennels, like you'll see it in my other videos if you watch it, but the middle room. And I let this dog out, and so I go back in to clean her kennel, and I take her bed, and y'all have seen me do this if you've watched my other videos, but take the bed, hook it onto the either the kennel door or the kennel walls, just hook it up on there so it's off the ground so that I can mop the ground, or mop the floor, and then spray off the bed. Well, for a split second, I put the bed up there, and for a split second, I only had enough time to go like this as me going to get the food and water bowl, and this flipping bed that I hooked up here came off and knocked me in the head. It went blink, and I was like, I thought that I was going to pass out. It hit me so hard, and I don't know how to say it. It's like Canonda beds or something like that. They're hard, and I'll if I find a picture, I'll pull it up. They were hard, and it hurt really bad. And then, so that's number 3. Then number 4 is a dog that is supposed to be on the runner out in the backyard because he either climbs or he digs. Don't know. But it didn't say that on his card. And I was like, I know for a fact he's supposed to be on the runner, but because it didn't say it on like the board or his card, I was thinking, oh, maybe they fixed what he had got out of and he's okay now. Boy, was I wrong. Throw him in the backyard, get to cleaning his kennel, and it took me 5 minutes. I tried to do it like speedy quick. It might have even been less than 5 minutes because I did not trust him the second I threw him out that freaking door, and I shouldn't have. And so I go a speedy, like, do the cleaning, and I go to get him, and I was like, son of a biscuit eater, he's not in the backyard. And so I go, and I'm looking for Sage, the other girl who was working with me yesterday, and I was like, please tell me you know where Bishop is. She goes, no. I was like, Bishop's not in the backyard. And we had to go chase him or run around, find him. She jumped in her car, went around the few blocks to see if he may have ran. Then I get a phone call by a girl who was up in the office and was like, hey, we got him. He's up here. He's over here in the woods. I take off running through the woods for this dog, through briars, through thorns, climbing up a tree, everything. So I see him up in the tree. Like, he's up in this tree because there was a cat and he was trying to get to it. Okay, so it's a few hours later. I had to pause that. It's now 11:33. But back to the story. So I was trying to, or he was trying to get to the cat. Bishop was that dog. And I ran through the woods and I seen him up in the tree, and I had realized that there was a cat that was maybe 3 foot above him. And so I look up in this tree and I was like, well, freak. And so I like spider monkey that tree. Like, it's the fastest I've ever climbed a tree before, I'm pretty sure. But I climbed the tree to get to him, and I had to pull him down out of that tree because by the time I got up there to the point of the tree to where he was at, he was almost to the cat. So I pulled him down out of the tree, and so that saved the cat because that dog would have killed that cat. And I leash him up, and we go back through the woods, and I get him back inside to the kennel. So that was number 4. This is just the big chain of events that happened yesterday. So number 5, so I put him back in, and I'm cleaning into the back room, and we get to this dog named Betty Lou. She's a sweet dog when she wants to be, but she has been acting aggressive here recently, not to me, but to some other kennel techs. What the freak? Whatever. To some other kennel techs. Well, I go to let her out, and it's my fault that she nipped me. And I'll show you what part she nipped me on. It was in the same facility that I got, like, beat up on. But she ran out, and I tried leashing her up, but I couldn't, or she, like, dodged the leash, and she didn't have a collar on, so I had to, like, scruff her, because that's literally the only way that I could hold her there, is just scruff her, so I could put the leash on, and while I was scruffing her, she just turned around and she nipped me. But it was only a nip to, like, where she barely left a bruise. And so, that was number 5. And then, number 6 takes me back to the dog who attacked me yesterday morning. Which, update, from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock right now, he attacked someone else. And I'll tell you that story in a second. But... so it came around, I think it was like 3:30 yesterday, or 4, it was somewhere around there, and I was getting ready to get him out, but I made sure that I had Sage with me. I was like, I need you to be there for me. 1, if he decides to freaking attack me again, and 2, I need you there so that you see that I don't do anything wrong. Well, I let him out, and he's fine, and she stood there, and I went, and a few minutes passed, and I went back to go get her, and I was like, hey, I'm about to let Speckles in, can you come up here and watch? And she's like, yeah, I'll be there in a second. And so she comes down, and I go get him, and the second I walk out that door, he was already freezing like he was going to get me. And mind you, I have a thick jacket on at this point, because I didn't want him to freaking bite me again. Or if he did, that I was hoping it wouldn't hurt as bad. Hey, so it's a few days later. I didn't have time to finish that video, so I'm going to finish it now. But he was already freezing, Speckles was, as I went outside to go get him. And I was going to be bringing him back in, and he was fine. Like, the back door's right here. And once you walk through the back door, there's a hallway right here that you need to walk down, and so it's like back door, you come in, walk through the hallway, and his kennel's like right here. Well, right here in the kennel, or in the hallway part, which is where the tower is, and I've shown videos of me cleaning the tower part before. It's like, as soon as you hit that tower area, 1, either he knows that he's going back in his kennel, or 2, he's like, he just doesn't like it's a reactive thing, like he does not want to go through that hallway. I don't know, but like I was walking him back through, and I had Sage right here so that she knew, like, look, like, I'm going to help you, is what Sage was there for. Is like, she's going to help me if this dog decides that he's going to attack me again. Well, I was bringing him through, and as soon as we turn this corner, I don't know if it's because, 1, I was having to, like, hold onto his harness, because, like I said earlier, like, he does not walk on a leash. Like, if you put a leash on him, he's just going to freeze, and he's not going to move. He's just going to sit there, and so it's easier just to grab his harness and just, like, tell him to come, and, like, we walk. So, keep in mind, I also want to say that actually, I've already said it. Tuesday, I gave him a bath. I loved on him, everything, and he was fine with me. So I don't understand why he, like, hated me so much on Friday. But we turn the corner, and he freezes, and he stops and, like side eyes me and just, like, looks up at me. And I was like, dear goodness. And I looked at Sage. I was like, Sage. And as soon as I said Sage, he turned around and he latched on. And I had a thick jacket on at this point, which means that he intended to get me a lot worse than what he did the first time that morning. Reason being is because he didn't break skin the first time that he attacked my arm, and I didn't have any sleeves on. The first time he attacked my arm, I didn't have any sleeves on, and he didn't draw blood. But the second time, I had a thick jacket on. That way, if he did decide to attack me again, like, I'm going to have, like, cushion there so that he can't break skin. But he did. He broke skin in 3 different places. Well, as soon as I said Sage, he turned around and he started attacking my arm, like, and he was not stopping, and I just kept, like, trying to, like, push him off, but he was not stopped, like, attacking my arm, and he wouldn't stop. And so, like, I had to, it all happened so fast, like, I don't know. I remember having to, like, I somehow managed, so I'm going to show that close-up still, and it's Sunday now. It happened on Friday, so I have a video that I took today of it, and I'm going to put that in I'm going to put that in, but here's just, like, a side view. So, he like, demolished this part of my arm right here. Somehow, you see this big bruise right here? He somehow was able to, like, rip me open right there, and he drew blood right there, but it was very little, but, like, obviously, you can see that bruise, like, he did some damage. I don't know if you can still see the hand one. Yeah, you can see the hand. That's where he bit me, like, the first time he attacked me. Like, he attacked me that morning. And then he drew blood right here as well. So he drew blood in 3 places. But somehow, like, I only remember this part. Like, this is the part that hurt so freaking bad. So I don't remember this happening, and I don't remember this one happening. I do remember the hand because I told him no, and he turned around and latched on. So, just to get that out of the way. So I don't remember the 2, like, right here and right here. So I just remember him attacking this one spot on my arm, and I tried pushing him down, and, like, I pushed him down and, like, to try to, like, stabilize him right fast, and I scruffed him with 2 hands. So he's like this. Somehow, I don't understand how, and I don't remember how, but, like, me scruffing him like this on the ground, he ended up like this. So, I would use Pooch as an example, but I don't really want to. So, scruffed like this, somehow he ended up this way. So, I had him scruffed with 2 hands this way, and then, like, this is his face, like, coming at me. Let me use this little stuffed animal. That was so dumb. Let me use this. So, scruffed him, like, 2 hands right here, and he was like this at me. So I had to, like, somehow move my hand, and I did this, and I pushed him down. And so now he's scruffed. That way, when he's not at my face, so that if I, like, barely even loosened up, he could, like, try to attack my face. I had this, I had him scruffed, and he was looking down at the ground, and he had a harness on. So I picked him up by his harness, and so he was scruffed like this. So, like, I had him scruffed in a harness. Now, if you know, like, scruffing a dog really doesn't do much at all. They can still get you. Like, it's not the same way as scruffing a cat. Pooch took that toy I was just messing with. But so I scruffed him, and I had to, like, pick him up by his harness because he wouldn't walk at this point. He was just, like, frozen after, like, he only wanted one thing, and I genuinely think that he just wanted to, like, attack me and, like, just bite me. And like I said before in the video, he is a cattle dog. He's a blue heeler. He's a American cattle dog, whatever, or Australian cattle dog. He just wants, I don't know, maybe he thought that I was a fat cow and that I needed to go back with my herd. I don't know. but picked him up by his harness, and I had him scruffed, and I just like put him back in his kennel, and I had to slam that door shut because as soon as he got on the ground and like I'm no longer holding him or touching him at all, he came back at the kennel and he was trying to get me through the kennel. So I latched it, and as soon as I latched it and I just stood back for a second, like he was fine. He was just like just wagging and like so happy, and I was like, what is wrong with you, dog? That's crazy. And then so I'm in pain, like it hurts so bad, and he attacked me the second time in literally the same exact spot as he attacked me the day before, or not the day before, a few hours before. So he first attacked me around like 8:30, and at this time it was like 3:30 that he had got me again. So the first time he attacked me was like around right here. Since you can actually see it this way, earlier on in the video, I told y'all that Betty Lou, this little dog, had nipped me because I scruffed her, and like, it was my fault. Like, I take full like responsibility of her nipping me because she didn't have a collar on, and that's the only way I could get the harness or the leash on her. So this little part right here, this little purple one, that's where Betty had nipped me, and that's completely fine. Like I said, I take responsibility. Now the first time he attacked me, you can see right here and right here, that's where he got me the first time. And I know the little marks at the bottom's gone, but there was like a bite mark right here, and like there was 2 canines right here, so he got me right there. And then he had bit me this way as well, so I had 2 canines right here and 2 canines right here, and he had latched on that way. And that was the beginning. And then when he attacked me the second time, that's when it got a lot worse, because then through that thick jacket he still was able to bring blood. So it was, he came back, and when he came back, he literally came back harder. Like, he meant to do damage the second time around. So I'm so like thankful that I did think, hey, you need to put a jacket on, because if he drew blood, but it wasn't enough to do like stitches or anything. It just like, it's healing up on its own. So if I wouldn't have put that jacket on, it could have been completely different. I could be in like, sorry about my hair. Oh wow. I could have had to go to the hospital to get stitches, because I have no doubt in my mind that he would have like tore my arm to shreds. The first time he bit me, if his teeth were any sharper, it would have done the same thing because of how hard he bit me. But yes, that was my story about me getting attacked 2 times in one day by the same dog. So that was that. And then the other girl, like how I mentioned on Saturday, yesterday, when I recorded the first clip, that girl that he had attacked again between 9 and 11 o'clock in the morning, she took him out, and I think it is like going back into the kennel is what's really like setting him off, because it's me trying to put him back in the kennel was the 2 times that he attacked me. And so with her, she let him out, and this dog loves her. Like, her name's Kim. Speckles loves Kim. Like, I would have never guessed that he would have hurt Kim. And so what we came up with is to put the muzzle on Speckles before taking him out or before bringing him back in. That way, like, he does not have the chance to bite anyone else or attack anyone else. But as soon as Kim tried putting the muzzle on him, he flipped. Like, he was so, like, berserk, like, just going crazy, and was, like, not going to let you put that harness on him, because as soon as he seen the harness, he was, like, trying to go at her throat, like, was just mad. And so she put the harness somewhere where he couldn't see it, and after she, like, made it disappear, he was fine. Like, he was okay again. And then, she let him out because she still believed in this dog. She was like, oh, this dog's not going to hurt me because he loves me. So she she puts him out in the backyard, and it comes time to bring him back in. She comes to bring him back in, and as soon as Lake comes out, or comes in the back door, comes this way to go into the kennel, and as soon, or into the hallway, and as soon as he hit that hallway, he lashed out and he bit her. He bit her on her thigh, and he just barely broke skin, but it did make her bleed. So, and that was through blue jeans, and she has a big what's it called, a big bruise on her leg as well. So if y'all liked this video, just like and subscribe, and if y'all have any questions, as always, just comment them down below. I don't know if I'll answer them all together, like in one video, or just one by one. I don't know yet, but thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Peace.